Hey, what's up, family? So, I just left the gym, and I always seem to get these downloads. This is why I say it's very important that we work out and stuff like that, because when you work out, you raise your vibration on the inside and the outside. Every time I'm working out, man, I get these downloads where my vibration's raised and my consciousness is way more aware. Okay? And I was thinking about a bunch of things on my way home from the gym. And I was thinking about what it takes to be great. And we all have our own definition of what great is, and that's fine. But, like, if you want to be successful and you want to be financially successful and great in all aspects of life, right? The thing that you have to understand is you have to really be able to disconnect from temporary feelings. And that's one thing that I've realized during my isolation and during my period where I've been trying to become my highest self, which sometimes it can make it hard to have a relationship with somebody and things like that. And that's why I think a lot of times when you really want to be successful and you're fully hyper focused on a goal, that unless you already have somebody who's on the same wavelength as you, it's hard to bring people into your energy when you're trying to become great. Because it's easy to get distracted, especially these days. In the society, the government and things like that, they throw out all these distractions. And this is why they do it. They throw out distractions so that you can't be fully aware and become your highest self, and so that people can work these regular jobs and follow the systems and models of them. They want to continue to get wealthier and wealthier and richer while you work away your life every day. And I'm not saying if you have a job it's a bad thing. But if you want to be great and you want to do great things, then you have to understand that distractions are your biggest enemy in that season. And another thing that I always think that I was really thinking about earlier is all the adversity that chosen ones have faced. What I want you guys to understand is sometimes it might seem like it's not fair for us, but the truth of the matter is, chosen ones, is there aren't no shortcuts for us. It seems like some people just have it much easier. They have all this family that has their back, or they have all these friends, or this or that. It seems like it's easier for them. But what if I was to tell you that the reason that there's no shortcuts for you, chosen one, is because your purpose is so great, is because you are meant to be on a different level mentally, physically, spiritually, that you are on a different level and you are meant to be on a different level. So in order to be on a different level than the rest, you have to go through things that the rest don't have to go through. And if you can truly comprehend that, that's when you can become your greatest self, your highest self. And you can really begin to step into being a happy person, because you understand that every single thing that you have went through was on purpose, was for purpose. Not only to build your character, but to build your mindset and your wisdom and your strength. Because a lot of people these days, they're so low vibrational, or they're easily hurt, or things like that. And yes, we have feelings too. But here's something with me is I'm trying to be great. And the thing with that is I understand that in order to be great, in order to do great things, in order to truly be your highest self, then you have to be able to handle adversity, which is why we had handled so much adversity since a child, since we were younger. Think about it. So in life now, after this video, I want you to stop when something happens to you, or even reflect on the things that have happened to you. Get a piece of paper and a pen and write it down. Think to yourself, okay, this happened. What did I learn from this? And what can I still learn from this? Because sometimes people tend to hold on to the things that have hurt them. But you have to extract every bit of value that you can extract from the hardships, the heartbreaks, and the setbacks, and all the things that you have endured. Truly extract everything from it. Because what would you have went through all that for if you can't learn so much more than what an average person can learn? You've been through so much in your life, chosen one. And I want you to understand that God's seen every single bit of it. Not only did he see every single bit of it, but he always had the plan for you. He knew that you had to go through these things to become the person that you went through, or to become the person that you're meant to. You had to go through all of that. Just like, for instance, let me give you an example. Before I started making videos, and before I got my big time spiritual awakening, which was about 3 years ago, it was the time where like my spiritual awakening was very big. I was transformed 100% from the inside out. Well, that was right before COVID. When COVID hit, I was with somebody who wasn't appreciating me, and I was with them for a long time. And it was because since I had lost my mother at such a young age, I truly craved love and that from a woman. Like I craved that love from other people. But unfortunately, sometimes when you crave love so much from certain people, we tend to allow them to take advantage of us, or not appreciate us, or not reciprocate that same love back. So during that time of COVID, when COVID hit, I lost the job that I had for 7 years. I lost the truck that I worked so hard to get. And I lost the woman that I was with for 7 years. And it's weird that 7's the number for completion. I lost my job and the woman that I was with both for 7 years. Right? And when it was happening, it felt like one of the worst things that I had ever endured. I felt so betrayed and hurt and just lost, and was crying out to God. I fell to my knees and cried out to God. And during that time was when he woke me up in the middle of the night with a certain video that said, "The devil has held you long enough." And I watched that video, and it was 100% talking to me, and I'm just sitting there crying and releasing all this hurt. And I could feel God just rushing over my spirit and rushing over there, like almost like he was holding me and like he was healing me at the same time. So during the seasons where after my awakening, which was 3 years ago, I've been working on myself for 3 years. When he told me to also make videos to help others, to share my love, to share my wisdom, to share my knowledge, to share the things that I had been through. Because I went through all of the things that I went through to gain this wisdom, knowledge, love, strength. And the thing I realized is, if I hadn't taken all those losses at that time, not only would I have not had my awakening and got fully healed from all the past trauma that I had went through, but I wouldn't be near as happy and strong as I am. And now I feel just so at peace with myself. More at peace than I've ever felt in my entire life, family. And I want you to understand that God knew that he had greater for me. See, during our time of loss, we can tend to lose the sight of that because we're so hurt from the losses that we're taking. We're so upset and mad and frustrated at the losses that we took. A lot of times we can forget that God is protecting us, and that this is even though this is hard and it seems like there may not be a way out, God is going to work this out in my favor, and not just in my favor, but for the better, for my greater good. So that's one thing that you got to understand when we're on this journey. And you want to truly be by yourself and lock in and completely heal from all the past traumas that you have been through. That way, when you do that and God shows you what you're supposed to do, that you can share that knowledge with other people, share that wisdom and love and strength with other people. And yes, I was on that isolation journey I have been on it for 3 years, and I'm not necessarily on the isolation phase still, but I am kind of like isolated because I am focused on these certain goals, and I know that I can't let distractions get in my way. This is the season where I have to keep God close to me, because I have to understand that although I seem isolated from the world, I'm closer to God. And that the closer I get to God, the closer I get to myself. And not just that, the more love that I begin to acquire and healing that I begin to acquire from getting closer to God, that's when he can bring other people into my life that I can share that with, that are also on the same vibration as me, or may just need my help, need my growth, my wisdom, my love, my strength. Because as chosen ones, sometimes we get sent into people's life to serve, to help heal them, to help give them that strength that they don't have. And that's also why a lot of times we have haters, because they don't understand how we can make it through so much that we had made it through and came out stronger and better and still have happiness and love in our soul. Because a lot of it makes these people bitter. And it makes us better. So I just want you to reflect on that and, get a piece of paper out and just maybe write down the things that you've been through, or just think about them and think about every single thing that you can take from what you've been through and why you may have went through that and what you have learned from it and what you still can learn from it. Because you went through all that to be exactly where you are right now. And if you had your awakening, then the journey has just begun, family. God's getting to raise you up this year. He's getting ready to prosper you and take you to a place that you've never been. Get excited about this journey. Sometimes you can feel alone, sometimes it can feel hard. But when the time's right, he will bring our partners in our life, our helpers, our teammates. And that's one of the reasons why I made this channel, so that we can come together as a family, as an army, as teammates, to stand strong with one another and reciprocate that energy and give love to one another. So I just wanted to make that message. I got to get to studying, and stay focused, stay positive, stay blessed. And again, if you need to reach out to me for any type of coaching, or if you just want me to talk about a subject, you can email me, or even if you have a question that you want to ask me and maybe I could make a video about it for you, then I will leave my email down in the description. And I usually get back to people really quick, as quick as possible. Just know that I am busy and I stay locked in. But I love y'all, man. And just know that here you have a family, here you have someone that truly cares about your well-being. So have a good night, and I'll see you on the next video. Salute, family.